Hey guys, welcome back. So, why do we want to add basic server monitoring? Well, we need servers. The network exists for users to consume services off of servers, right? So we kind of need them. Servers live in networks, right? So whether you got something like Microsoft SCOM or HP System Insight Manager, those tend to look at individual servers and don't really describe the place in the world. And can't we all just get along? Servers and network needs to come together. We need to understand the relation of where they are and how they work together. So let's take a look. So here's the IMC homepage. So the first thing I'm going to go is go over to the IP address of my IMC server here. So that's 10.101.0.205. Click OK, and we can see right now that that is in the virtual devices. So we can tell I'm running on a virtual machine, but it's an ICMP only model. Right, so an ICMP only model really means that I can ping it, and that's about it. I can't really tell anything about what kind of a operating system this server is running on or anything like that. So we're going to go over here into the Windows Server Manager, and the first thing we're going to have to add is the SNMP feature to Windows. It's not installed by default, so we're going to go Add Feature, click on the SNMP service, and we can add both the SNMP service and the WMI provider. So WMI provider, we're not going to look at that today, but that allows you to do some Windows management instrumentation, WMI to SNMP translation kind of stuff. So we'll just add that as well for later on. Click Next. And there we are. Click Install. So we're going to go through the install here. This is going to take a little bit of time, but with some magic of video editing, we're going to take the install time, which is probably about a minute, and take that down to just a few measly little seconds. There we go. Close. So now we're in the Windows services, and we're going to have to go down and configure the SNMP service here. So let's take the name so you can actually see this. We'll go down to the bottom here to S for SNMP and click on the SNMP service. So we're going to double click on that, or right click, Properties, and we're going to go over to the agent first. So the agent, you can put your syscontact or syslocation here. We'll make sure we have the data link and subnetwork turned on as well. And then we're going to go over to security. So first thing we're going to do is click on the Add button and figure out, do we want to have read-only, read-write? So we're going to put read-only and public with a capital P here. Again, this is going to have to match later. This will be case sensitive. And we will do a read-write of private. So there, we got those in there. Everything's good there. So the next thing we want to do is make sure that we can accept SNMP from any host, or in our case, we're going to say we're going to accept it from a specific host, which is the IMC NMS, so 10.101.205. So in this case, we're actually going to be managing ourselves. And as well, I'm going to have a 21, which I've got another IMC box on my local network, so we'll just set up the security right now and not have to do that later. Click OK. Close this down. There we go. So the next thing we're going to have to do over here is go into the device, which is the server, and we're going to have to modify the SNMP settings. So we're going to make sure this is running SNMP v2c, and we're going to change the read-only community strings to capital P, public, and the read-write community strings to capital P, private. Again, case sensitive. This does have to match. Watch that. I'm going to click OK. And there we are. And now we're going to click on the synchronize button, and with a little bit of luck, this should work right away. So as far as troubleshooting, other things you may run into, Windows Firewall may block this. You might have to put a Windows Firewall rule in place. Things like that. ACLs might block this as well. So if you're having some trouble, you might want to just get a Wireshark out and see what's going on. And there we are. You can now see that this is a Microsoft Windows server. The sysoid is right there. You've got its uptime, 18 interfaces. The hardware is in there as well. Again, all the information that you want, and now we can actually go in and start adding other SNMP polls if we want to, for things like disk status, CPU memory, all that kind of stuff. So that's adding Microsoft Basic Server Monitoring with IMC. Hopefully that was useful for everyone. See you guys next time on the next IMC management tutorial.